recording this. It is Sunday, January 17th, 2021. We are about to get right into it. We're going to let a few more people join up here. I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen in 1 second. Or actually, you're going to go first, right?
Yeah, I can start off.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and share up?
All right. People joining from Miami, Barbados, Germany, Texas, Colombia, Cyprus, all over the world. Well, let's see where we're going.
All over the map.
I like it. I like to see it. It's good stuff. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. Let some people join up here. We've only been on this for a minute, so.
You want to just pull up the Discord and just go through like where the analysis is?
Yep. Oh, already here.
Let's see. Yes. Yeah, so everybody, we posted our analysis. This is pretty much just a review. Every week we post all of our free analysis in the Discord and the Telegram. So as you can see here, from DXY down is all free. We go over mainly the higher time frame here. So we give you guys pretty much the overall direction for the week, what we're looking for. Throughout the week, we'll share some updates before each session, but pretty much to build off of this, all the analysis is going to be the premium one. So if you join the signals throughout the week, you're going to obviously get the signals with the entry price, but you'll also get our most like updated analysis. But yeah, everything we're going to go over in this session is posted in that chat. So if you wanted to go back and read any of the comments that we put in here, you could go ahead and do that. And yeah, Nick's gonna get started with DXY, and then we'll pretty much just get right into it and try to stick to the charts here.
Yeah, so we're trying to dive into the usual pairs that we do for the week. Those of you that have joined before know the routine. We're going to do a little bit of a top-down analysis, take a look at the overall trend on the higher time frame, and then go over 4-hour setups. So yeah, we always start off with DXY. We don't trade DXY, but we more or less use it as an indicator because this represents the strength of the US dollar, right? So we want to know where the US dollar is going, what it's looking like, because 80% of trade makes up, or the US dollar makes up for 80% of all trade. So it's very important to know the trend here and where DXY is going. So that's how we'll use it. We'll analyze it. We'll see potentially what's happening in the week, and make adjustments on some trades, on some major other pairs that we trade, depending on how this is trending. Okay, so we always start this off on the daily time frame. I just want to understand the overall trend, right? We're trend traders. We always look to ride the trend, always looking for entry opportunities on continuations of the trend, right? So on the daily, super bearish overall. I mean, we know this for the dollar. Those of you that follow, let me move this real quick. There you go. Very bearish, right? Moving through major levels of support. Right here again, testing a support, giving us a lower high, pushing through support, our monthly level right here at 91.5. Price action makes a pretty significant drop below the monthly and then starts to pull back. Okay, so overall, very bearish. We can now drop to the 4-hour, take a look at this bit of price action here, and kind of determine what opportunities we could spot, what scenarios we have for the week ahead, right? So overall, very bearish, but clearly here we can see on the 4-hour, this is a bit of a bullish trend, right? We broke these lower highs here. We got a higher low outside of this bearish channel, and clearly bullish trend, right? So we could either continue with this 4-hour. This is looking very likely right now. We're breaking another level of resistance right at 90.8. So the dollar is looking, pretty bullish on the 4-hour here. If this were to continue, I want to see this kind of push a little higher above this resistance, now support. I want to see it push a little higher, pull back, give us a higher low, kind of in line with this overall channel. And then some bullish setups to confirm this higher low. And then we would then be targeting back towards this monthly level at 91.5. Okay, so this is very possible for this week. We can see that play out, just a simple continuation of this 4-hour bullish channel. Or it could start to fall out. We could see it start to reverse here. This resistance starts to kick in. Maybe this is a false breakout, right? What needs to happen for us to say the dollar is bearish again? Ideally, we want to see a lower high below 90.8. But even then, whoops, let me move this for a second. Even then, it's still in an area where it's bullish, right? As long as it remains above 90.15, it's still pretty much bullish now. But this would be a nice transition to see. you know, we could be more short-term bearish on the dollar, you know, maybe on, you know, a particular day, we would be playing this range. But ultimately, you know, we really want to see a break of 90.15, some sort of lower high below that to say the dollar is, you know, bearish comfortably on the 4-hour again. But, you know, we'll see. This is a lot of bullish volume, guys. So it's going to take a lot to kind of reverse this. So we'll see. We'll see this week. But for now, the outlook is bullish on the dollar. Okay, it's DXY. Let's move over to our first tradable pair, AU. Daily time frame again. Overall, just looking at the trend here. Zoom out a little bit more. So very bullish, guys, right? We're breaking resistance, you know, printing higher lows, a lot of bullish setups. Clearly, it's bullish overall in the daily, right? And is also maintaining a pretty strong, you know, bullish trend right here. Good amount of bullish volume, small bearish candles, just a steady trend overall. And the most recent significant zone that we broke was this weekly here at 0.76, right? So it blew right through it. It tested as resistance first, pulled back, and then shot through it, gave us a new high up here around 0.7825, then pulled back. So overall, we're very bullish. Let's go to the 4-hour, do the same thing we did with DXY. Just take a look at the potential scenarios for this week. Okay, so here's that zone we just broke this weekly. Huge rally, right? Found resistance here, came back down, and now it bounced off the zone a bunch of times. So this is more or less a descending, it's, you know, it's ranging or it's a descending triangle. Either way, we're waiting for some sort of major break, right? We want this pattern, this consolidation to end. And, you know, first we're going to follow the bias, right? Which is overall bullish. So we're looking for a long play here, right? So ideally, break of 0.774, pullback, test, higher low, and then entering on some bullish setups right in here. I'll highlight this for you guys right there. Boom. And then we're targeting negative fib levels. Very easy play here. Classic, you know, break of a pattern, you know, just playing towards the fib levels. This could be a really good trade. Stop loss would be just outside 0.774. Okay. But for us to consider, you know, taking short opportunities or taking short positions on AU, we really want to see a break of this level first. Key support here as far as this pattern goes at 0.7675. Okay. So break, retest, lower high. That could be a short-term play. This would be more of a 4-hour short right here. You can enter here and then target, you know, support right here at 0.76, which is our weekly. And then ideally you'd, you know, reanalyze at this point if price action got to this weekly. And then you want to do the same exact thing. Is this zone going to break or is it going to bounce? If you're looking to continue short, look for a lower high. And then we could choose some more significant levels like this one here. And then if this breaks again, all the way down. So again, we're just following the market, waiting for these, you know, break and retest, waiting for a higher low in this situation or a lower high. We're just following, we're favoring the overall bias, which is, you know, very clearly bullish on the daily and higher time frames. Okay. So a lot of momentum. We're trying to ride that and get a nice little trade here. So that's AU. I'm going to check chat real quick. Hold on. Can you see the screen now? You got it?
You're good. Okay. No question.
All right. So next pair, AJ. Always pretty similar to AU, but, you know, with a little bit more volume. This one's always a little bit more fun. This thing just starts to run. When it runs, it runs. A lot of JPY pairs have a crazy amount of volume. They just like to take off or dump. So, okay, so AJ, daily time frame, here we are. Overall, very bullish. Recent levels that were broken was this monthly right here at 76.5. This was a key level of resistance. There was actually a lot of ranging happening in here, a lot of chop, but ultimately was very bullish and still is. So now we have this very strong bullish trend. And again, we're breaking key levels of resistance right here at 90.79 flat. And we established a new high just above 80.80. So very close. And now it's pulling back, right? We got a nice bearish engulfing on the daily. Clearly some lower time frame levels were broken. It's pulling back. So now we can drop to the 4-hour with this overall trend in mind. And let's kind of see what's going on. Let's assess the situation, right? Come up with 2 trade scenarios and, you know, see what makes sense here. Okay, so overall very bullish, right? Here was that key zone we just broke, 79 flat, right? Here's the high, gave us a nice double top, broke this higher low, right at 38.2. It's a key fib level, and it dropped lower. So huge amount of bearish momentum here. There's a good amount of bearish volume. It's pulling back pretty hard. There was one wick right here. It's a good sign. That means there are some buyers in this area. So ideally, our zone to look for buy opportunities is going to be right in here, right between the 61.8 and 79.6. Key support, recent broken structure. This could actually come up a little bit just to fit that body right there. Okay, so somewhere in here, this is our entry. And what we want to see here is pretty much a higher low established, right? We want to see consolidation. I want to see some wicks. I want to see these MAs catch up, and then I want to see bullish confirmation. So a nice bullish engulfing, crossing through the MAs preferably, morning stars, bullish variations, something like that to then enter on. And then your actual entry would be like somewhere right in here probably, assuming some consolidation has happened. And then we get a nice entry signal, and then we're targeting towards our negative fib levels. So this would be a really nice trade. I do think this is going to play out. AU and AJ are lining up to kind of give us the same move here. So it could be a really nice move. But again, guys, we always consider both sides, of the market here. So what needs to happen for us to be short on AJ? And the first step would be a break of 79.6. That would be a 4-hour transition. And then once we broke 79 flat, this level right here, then that would be a daily transition, and then we're looking at more serious move, something more major like that. Okay, but a lot has to happen for us to get to this, and then at which point we'll probably do a few analyses, showing some short positions. But for now, guys, this is what we're looking at. Very much bullish, clear support, nice little golden area of anticipation. So we could see some sort of bullish reaction from here. Okay, that's AJ. Let's go on to UJ.
We had a little question in here. Someone said, which time frame you look for higher highs and higher lows? It's a good question. So
I mean, go ahead.
We will look. Me and Nick are basically swing traders, so we'll mainly look at the daily and the 4-hour for the overall trend, guys. And then when we go down to the lower time frame, the 1 hour and the 30-minute. We'll look for trends on those timeframes as well, only when we're getting ready to actually enter in on the market. So mainly on the daily or the 4-hour, when I'll hop on, someone said GU, I'm going to hop on after Nick, and I'll run through, when you do the top-down analysis, first thing you want to look for is just a time frame where you can see structure. You want to trade, like Nick said before, in a trending market.
Right. And he does a good example of that, structure formation and when he gets to it. So we'll finish up here and then we'll pass it off. He'll get into GU and some others. But again, here we are on UJ daily time frame. Overall, very, very bearish, guys, on the daily and higher. So very, very significantly bearish. Okay, and recently we broke 104.5, which is actually held as a key level of support for a very, very long time. I actually think it goes back to years, if I'm not mistaken, back towards 2016. So this is a very key, significant area. So it was recently broken here and actually broken, right? We got some lower highs on the daily. So this is looking pretty good. Gives us a new low down around 103, pulls back to test structure again. So, could it be pulling back? Is it a false breakout in terms of the higher time frames, weekly, monthly? Is this just, the start of a higher time frame wick and could, breach 104.5 again and then continue bullish? Maybe. We'll see. But again, as long as we remain below 104.5, UJ is bearish. So let's go to the 4-hour, see what's going on for this week. Okay, so overall very bearish. You guys can even see a bit of like a, there's a channel here, but it's like more or less an expanding, some sort of expanding channel. But either way, lower highs, guys, lower lows, very much bearish. I'm going to get rid of this just to clean the chart up. So again, below 104.5, what we're seeing now is clear support at 103.7. We recently broke that. So technically the 4 hours bullish. These are a set of higher lows, but we're also seeing lower highs, right? So price action is getting squeezed, and there's all the MAs are starting to, converge here. So a lot of price, a lot of volume is about to step in. We probably will see a very large move happen. But just sticking with the overall, bias, which is very bearish on the daily, weekly, monthly, and it has been for so long, I'm just betting on this falling. Because if this breaches 103, if it breaks lower, below 103.7, pulls back, gives us a lower high, this I honestly think is going to fall very low. My target is going to be towards 102.5. So this is where I would look for an entry right in here, right after a lower high forms, right? Break, retest, entering on bearish setups, bearish engulfing, bearish variations, and then targeting lower. So this is what I think is going to happen definitely. This is looking a bit like a head and shoulders too. A little bit abstract, kind of far away from the pattern now, but this would have been the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then this is the neckline, obviously. So just waiting for this break to play out, and then we'll see. We will see. But guys, if it does start to rally from here, I would honestly me personally, I'm not going to take a long position on UJ until 104.5 is broken. But you guys could take a nice rally off here if you see enough momentum step in. I'm sure there'll be a ton of lower time frame entries for those of you guys who like those intraday scalping trades. So you could definitely see this take off. We'll see though. We'll see how the dollar does this week. But interesting little setup on UJ. Yeah, but I'm expecting a ton of volume, so we'll see. We will see. All right, and EJ. Oh man, this thing's been moving. All right, so higher time frame, guys. EJ overall bullish, but the thing with this is these moves are very dramatic, right? Very, very big swings. Once EJ commits to a direction, it really freaking moves, right? So we had a huge push here, break of resistance, pulls back. Even this is a pretty big drop, right? This forms the higher low. Then we have our next rally, huge push into resistance, our monthly resistance at 126.5. Then it forms this bearish channel. Again, just look at the volume here, guys. Very exaggerated. And then goes long again. Huge rally into our monthly. And a ton of consolidation. And then we actually had a huge reversal. So we got two false breakouts here on 126.5, right? So it goes to break, fails, doesn't give us a higher low, goes to break again, fails to give us a higher low, and then pulls back with huge bearish volume, breaking all the support in this higher low right here. So on the daily, overall bullish, but on the 4 hour and 1 hour, I can tell you it's definitely bearish. So let's drop to the 4 hour, see what's going on. Yeah, and then obviously, very bearish, right? 4 hour clearly broke this set of, this support here, these higher lows, broke right through that at 126. And now it's just plunging. This thing is just dive bombing to 124. It looks like 124.75. That's the next key level of support. But I do have a trade opportunity marked here for you guys. Whether it plays out or not, we don't know. EJ, when this thing melts again, this thing could just plummet straight into support. So, I do have this marked out just in case. We always want to see it pull back, test structure, give us a lower high, and then present some bearish setups for us. So ideally, this is what we're waiting for. And this is the only, position I'm really interested in. I'm not going to catch a short right here and then hope it continues to melt. That's just not good trading. Where would your stop loss be? Just doesn't make sense. So this is, the best trade that we got on EJ right now. We're just trying to ride this huge bearish volume. So this would be ideal. Pull back, enter on a lower high, target lower. But for the sake of analysis, guys, a long opportunity would only be available after we break 126.5, some sort of higher low above that, and not some false breakout crap like all this here, okay? But yeah, that's EJ. I mean, this thing is just, we knew it was going to give us a huge push once it committed to a direction just because of all this consolidation. This thing has just been built up and then just started pumping volume here and then ultimately committed towards, bearish outlook and then dumped. So that's EJ, guys. I mean, for anyone who caught that, good for you. That is one hell of a trade, but yeah, definitely is far from a trade now. All right, so last one for me is gold. Then I'm going to pass it off to Angelo. All right, so overall in the daily, well, the daily is actually bearish, but higher than the daily, I just want to be clear here. Gold has been bullish for a very, very long time, right? All the way since back here, September 2018, right? Huge break there of that monthly, broke 1350 and then rallied all the way up towards just over 2K, actually closer to 2100, but huge rally. So gold's been bullish for a while, but on the daily, guys, it's been bearish. So once that high was established, it reversed. We started getting consolidation. We had a pattern, a nice triangle pattern here. It broke, pushed lower, gave us a lower low, gave us a lower high, started testing as resistance, and then ultimately, formed a little bearish trend here. So very much bearish on the daily, and lower, but overall, weekly, monthly, been very, very bullish. Okay, so let's go to the 4 hour, see what's going on now. There was a huge move that happened just last week, huge amount of bearish volume, or in January or early January. So huge. When did this start? January 21st, this meltdown happened. This thing just blew through support, blew through 1875, and now it's just consolidating, right? So ideally, we want to see structure hit. We tested the monthly, 0% was established here around 1815. and it came so close to structure, or well, structure in terms of what we classified as. So 38.2, just below 1875. It didn't hit that. No body closure came really that close. The closest we got was 1862. So we didn't really get a good entry there. Instead, it kind of just started melting and then pushed lower. We are getting a bit of rejection here from the weekly. So this analysis is going to stand, right? I'm still waiting for structure to form. I would really like price action to shoot up, hit the 200 EMA, hit 38.2, maybe consolidate for a little bit, give us a pattern, and then present some bearish candles to then enter on. Then we would target lower towards 1800 and our negative 27 fib level. So that's where we're at on gold. I mean, if this thing does break 1875, we could change our bias to to bullish if we see a higher low formed, and then some nice bullish setups right here. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, even if it breaks this, guys, it's still bearish in terms of the daily. For a major move, you want to see a break ultimately of 1930. So if that would happen, I'll give you guys some perspective here. All right, so if it breaks 1930, this key resistance here, right? The daily is then bullish again. So this thing could then be on its way towards all-time highs. So just be ready for that. That's really the only way I'll be taking longs if I see that on gold as of right now. So, we'll see how this plays out. But yeah, and again, anyone who took this short, one hell of a trade. I mean, damn, when gold moves too. I mean, this one dropped from 1950 pretty much straight to 1820. So that's a nice move, over 1,000 pips there. So congrats on that one. But that's it for me, guys. So quick recap: I covered DXY, AU, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. All right, so I'm going to pass it off to Angelo. We'll finish up.
Yes, sir.
Finish up.
Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna hop into mainly the major pairs here. So just to reiterate, the Sunday market blitz, we're just kind of going over real quick overall direction for the week. We're getting ready to take signals. If we see any trades right now, as Nick went through, we'll give you guys some out for free. But this is mainly just to set us up for the week. We don't personally take too many positions on Sunday night. Kind of just be patient, wait for tomorrow's session. I'm gonna get started with GU right here. Stick around towards the end too. At the end of the session, I'll explain some updates from some of the premium services and just some other updates as well, along with the little giveaway that we always do. So we're going to start on GU, start off on the weekly time frame. So whenever we're doing our analysis, we like to get an overall picture of what the hell is going on, at the moment. Are we at a key level? Where really are we? So on the weekly time frame, we're right here. We're at this resistance level that I marked based on this level. Mainly what I will do, or what we will do, is we'll mark these monthly and weekly levels. Someone actually recently was like, oh, you guys use quarters theory. It's very similar to quarters theory, but these are really just based on the way that we teach support and resistance on the monthly and weekly time frame using the line chart. So as you can see here, we're kind of in no man's land. So I went back and I looked and saw, could I grab, some sort of random line here, some level of resistance. This is obviously pretty major. Price came up into this level, rejected it, moved pretty far south. So that's really where we're at right now. So if you look at the analysis that I put in the Discord, pretty much what I said was we have this spinning top candle right here, little body. So it's not exactly a doji. This candle is really a reversal candle. So I'm looking for price to continue to head lower, to continue to reject the level that it's at right now. We got to break this down into a time frame where we can see market structure. So let's get down to, I'm going to go right to the 4-hour. So right to the 4-hour time frame, or we'll go up to the daily first. On the daily, I have this entire channel drawn. So price has been accelerating or ascending within this channel ever since September. So we've been bullish. We've been moving, higher and higher in this channel all this time. If I look here, we had this bearish engulfing candle last week to close out the week, and this is also a double top. So this is telling me that a lot of sellers are stepping in at the moment, and this could mean that we could be heading lower down to retest this 13500 level. Let's just get a better idea as to what I would need in order to enter a trade on that idea. So as we can see here, we broke this level of support, the 4-hour. pushed up, made this high. Then we had this double top here, broke this support. Now, since my bias is bearish on multiple time frames based on the weekly confirmations, the daily, bearish engulfing, everything like that, and this resistance level, as long as price stays below this 136,200 level, right around this area, I am going to look for short opportunities. And I could go down to lower time frames, which we will post in the premium chats. But basically, what I'd be looking for, guys, is a retest right around this area. If we were to actually bring out the fibs and fib this, we could see, I could even move this a bit lower. We could see the 38.2 is lining up right in this area. So this is definitely going to be one of those entry areas that we talk about inside of the course where we're looking for rejection and looking to short. And then my target would be the -27 or just this lower trend line that I have marked based on this 4-hour time frame, going from wick to wick here. So yeah, that's GU. Short idea for this week. If price accelerates, moves above this level, then I will switch up my analysis and I'll redo, the opportunity that I'm looking for. So let's look at USEF. So USEF last week closed with this bullish candle with no wick at the top. So what that's telling me is that a lot of buyers stepped in. We are testing the moving average right now, but as you can see, this thing's flatlining. So we are still in a bearish trend. We're still below the moving averages in this time frame, but we're in this pullback now. So I just want to get down. That's just a weekly, kind of just a one look. Momentum obviously is bullish on the weekly with that candle closing with no wick. And look at this, how this formed at the end of last week. No wick on this candle as well. So a lot of buyers are stepping in, but we're in a very critical area right now. I'm going to go down to the 4-hour. Again, I just want to look at, what is market structure pretty much on this time frame. And like Nick said, I always like to run through this example at least one time on the webinar with people that are struggling with market structure. Pretty much, I'm going to start at this previous lower high point right here, and I'm going to start to move down. When is our next lower high? We talk about lower lows and lower highs. Obviously, the market continues to make new lows here, new low here, new low here, new low down here. When exactly is there a lower high? So I'm going to use my fibs. I'm going to fib from this previous lower high point. I'm first going to fib to this new low that was formed. Does price pull back and hit 38.2, or even do the moving averages start to cross? As you can see here, no, it doesn't happen. So I move to my new low here. Does price pull back to 38.2? No. So I keep fibbing. Does price pull back right here? No. So these are all minor pullbacks, minor levels of structure that are forming. Ultimately, price hits this level, finds support 3 times, pulls back, damn close to this 38.2 level right here. So as you can see, price pulled back all the way up, damn close, touches 38.2, damn close, and then it starts to move again to the downside, breaks this 0% level, and then it heads lower. So pretty much what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk you through, where would I shift my bias? Where would I change my trend? Like, where's market structure? So as you can see, this was our lower high that formed. Then as we break 0%, that's when I move my fibs from this previous lower high to wherever we start to find support. As you can see, we find support here, pulls back at least to this 38.2 area. Then it pushes again to the downside, breaks 0%. So then this then becomes our lower high point right there. We could refib there. I'm not going to do it. And then, we talk about this in the course. When is there a break of structure? It's when a lower high breaks. So right here we have a break of structure. Structure comes up, retests this level, breaks, forms a candle above here. So I mean, this candle is the candle that breaks this level. And then we have a couple candles to confirm it, dumps back below. Then we have a bullish engulfing to confirm it again. So as soon as that happened, guys, we're shifting our bias into a more bullish bias right here. And then I'm going to fib from my low to my new higher high right here. So starting from when the trend started to push to the upside, and this is when price started to pull back. As you can see, we hit 38.2 at this level, pushed up, pushed back, hit 38.2 again. Now this is where we're currently at. This is where price is currently at. With this in mind, let's go over, what is my trade idea at the moment. So I'm going to take all this off. We know that at the moment we're looking for a buy. Take this off right here. So when would I actually start to get in on some sort of buy opportunity? Pretty much, guys, when I start to see multiple confirmations. So by that, I mean, if we were down in this area, I would highlight this right here, and I could say, okay, there is two bullish candles. That's not exactly, a bullish confirmation. What we look for is a bullish engulfing, morning stars, three white soldiers, anything that really is going to show a lower time frame break of structure. So that I would not consider to be some sort of bullish variation. We certainly get a lot of bullish pressure here. Price comes back, huge bullish candle with this wick. But again, not the cleanest little setup here. So I would not be looking at that point. And then we get something like this. 3 bullish candles in a row, 1, 2, 3. That's a solid bullish variation there. We're above this 38.2 level, right at that level. We also clearly have a level of support here. If I just line this off, and again, this is just how we teach support and resistance. So we have a level of support based on resistance here, support here, support here, support here. So price has multiple confirmations. At this point is when I would bump down to a lower time frame. And now all I'm looking for on the lower time frame, this is just like a bonus for you guys. All I would look for on the lower time frame now would be an entry. So we would need a pullback right here. I'm not going to enter at a high. We're always entering at higher lows. And we could see right here, this was resistance, now turned support. So if I were to fib this, the first area I'd look for entry would be 38.2. Second area would be 61.8. So this is where if I were to consider getting on a trade, first I would look here, next I would look here, and I would look for something similar to this. Price pulls back, finds support, pushes through the moving average. That would trigger an entry for me. So that's just an example. We get more in depth on this inside of the course, and throughout the week we'll be posting the lower time frame analysis in the chat for you guys to follow. But the idea on USEF is to see if it continues to head higher here. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Let's go over to NU. Let's start up on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly, we've been following. If you've been coming on these live sessions every single week, I've been talking about we're coming into this resistance level, this weekly level. We've got this huge wick to the upside from 2 weeks ago. So that confirmed for me that it's finding resistance at this level. All we needed was some confirmation here. And here we have it, a bearish engulfing right here. So this is the turning from, buyers in control, sellers clearly stepped into control. Now let's see like the daily time frame. What does this look like? Last week ended with this huge bearish engulfing candle. So a lot of sellers are stepping in. And then this is the time frame where I was marking down structure on. As we can see here, we actually had, see if I can mark this up for you guys. We actually had a head and shoulders pattern. Where the hell is this freaking head and shoulders thing? Oh yeah, it's right here. So we had, this is the left shoulder, push to the head, right shoulder. Actually had like a double right shoulder there. So whenever you have this pattern, guys, the head and shoulder, all you're looking for is a break of this neckline, and then you're looking for the retest. So we clearly broke the neckline right here that formed. Now we're looking for the retest, and we are going to look to short NU. I do expect it to find support along this 200-day. If this just continues to fall, then that's completely fine. If it continues to fall, then we have no choice but to sit on our hands and to not enter a trade, and that's completely okay. So let's go next to UCAD. So this thing is zooming higher. Let me just check GU real quick. Okay, let's go to UCAD. So UCAD's moving higher, and this is an interesting one right here. So let's start off on the weekly. Going into the week, guys, I looked at these two, we had these two doji or spinning top candles, large wicks to either side right here. So we're starting to reverse. Overall, we are still very bearish. And with that in mind, let's just hop down to a lower time frame and try to see what the hell is going on. Lower time frame, still very bearish, hit this low, pulled back, made this lower high right here. If I were to fib from this level, you could see we tapped 38.2, started to push down. So that's why I have this daily level marked right there. Push lower, pulled back, push lower. Now we're pulling back. I want to break this down even further to the 4-hour. And if I just ran through that same example that I did with you guys before on how to do market structure, pretty much I would start from somewhere up here. I would say, you know, this pullback is minor, these pullbacks is minor. Then we get this major pullback here, push lower, major pullback here, push lower, retest that level, push lower. So we're in a bearish trend. We're still in a bearish trend. This is how I have my fibs at the moment, pretty much from this level. I could even move this down to here. This was all just tested. So pretty much I'm looking to see how price reacts now to this 100% level. I'm just going to mark down this little zone right here. If price starts to reject this shit out of this level, I'm easily going to short. If price breaks this level and finds support, then I'm going to long. So that's UCAD's idea, sitting on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go over, last but not least, to EU. So on EU, on the weekly time frame, we've got the same thing, very similar to NU. We were coming up, you know, before last week, I was talking about we're coming into this monthly level. Look at this, look at these wicks to the upside, all of this rejection. You know, I was looking for reversal. As I came down to the daily time frame, I couldn't really tell, you know, on this time frame where to actually take a trade. But then down to the 4-hour, this is where my structure came into play. Had this high, pulled back higher low, moved to this high, pulled back higher low, moved to this high, then we started to break this level. So upon that break, this is when I started to look for sells. This was the first pullback. If I move this back to this area, as you can see, price pulled back right around that 38.2 level. You know, we were looking for shorts right in here. And I say that because this area has multiple confirmations. This was support, turn resistance, 3 bearish candles in a row. That's a bearish signal. And then go to the lower time frame, all sell opportunities in here. And then this thing dumped another 90 pips. So we're going to look for, you know, we're going to look for the same thing to happen again. We're going to fib this from this level. We're going to wait for a pullback, like near this 38.2 area. We have resistance. We have 38.2. We have the 200-day, a lot of confirmation there. Once price comes back into this area, we are going to look for short opportunities early this week. So I just went over GU, USEF, NU, UCAD, and EU, all the major pairs, you know, DXY, like Nick went over, looking pretty bullish going into the week, but has a lot of room to pull back. It could pull back to this level and then have a bounce from here and head higher. I'm just going to mark down a level of support right here. So price could certainly pull back into this level and find support and then head to the upside. And yeah, guys, so that's all the pairs that we're going to go over for the rest of the week. The analysis will be posted in the premium analysis section, in the Telegram, and in the signals. If you guys do want to get in on any of the premium services, you'll see some updates in the chat on how you guys can get enrolled in there. And, you know, the 3 services we have are the signals, $75 a month, the trade copier. So all the trades get copied to your account, unlike the signals, which you have to enter yourself, or just the lifetime membership where everything will be included. These 2 fees will be waived and you guys will be locked in, you know, for lifetime. So if you guys want to join any of the premium services, look out for updates inside of the chats. And that's pretty much it from us. The next live session will be on Wednesday. The next free one, at least, you know, will be on Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. EST. And I will upload this to YouTube in a bit after this. And if you guys did want to get on the giveaway, I'm going to do in the chat, I'll post some details on that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys.
All right. So yeah, guys, it's another Sunday market blitz.
Yes, sir.
That's it, guys. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. You know, we'll see you guys in the community. Reach out to us if you have any questions. You know, we're always available. So yeah.
Let's see. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no,
Yeah, no
no
problem.
problem, guys. No problem. We appreciate your all your support. You know, a lot of updates are coming out. We're trying to keep things as organized, as possible in here. But I feel like everyone's definitely learning. Learning a lot, even with the free stuff. There's certainly a lot that you can learn just from being in the free groups. If you're trying to take things to another level, then invest in the premium services, invest in yourself. Um, but yeah, guys, exciting times in 2021 to say the
Definitely.
least.
I was just gonna say too, how close do you think we are to 100 Sunday market blitzes?
I don't
I
know.
think I think we're pretty close. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
we're
we've
close.
been doing the Sunday Market Blitz for over a year straight. I know that at
Yeah,
least.
well over a year straight.
Yeah.
So I'll have to check. I'll have to check because we got to have a little hundred, something, the 100th, Sunday
Yeah, we'll
market
give
blitz.
we'll
So
give away something. But
yeah,
there's also updates, guys, with FX Seed. So with the new prop trading firm that we're starting, it's very similar to FTMO.
yep.
But at the same time, you can utilize copy trading. FX Seed is available now. So if you do want to get in, give away and them Yeezys. Yeah, if you guys want some Yeezys, hit me up. I got you.
They don't work though. I heard,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
But yeah, no, FX Seed is available now, guys. If you want to get enrolled, if you want to trade the FX Seed to challenge yourself, you can certainly start now. The website is being developed at the moment. Um, but yeah, guys, if you want to get in on FX Seed, there's two basically versions of it. One of them is the trade copier where you guys can have your challenge taken by one of our traders, or you can take the challenge yourself, keep 80% of your profits. Again, very similar terms to FTMO. Haven't worked for Anj yet. Give away. Gotta go. Gotta go. Oh my god,
No, he's talking about the Yeezys.
dude. I
But
mean, I hope soon, bro. I've been wearing them every day and like rubbing them. So
yeah, try from try whatever will work, right? But guys, seriously about FXC, if you are a good trader or you're in the makings of it, you're seeing some success. It's a big opportunity. It possibly
yeah,
life changing, honestly. So definitely check it out. Ask us if you have more questions. We're happy to give you the information and kind of lock you in, set you up, whatever you need. And yeah, that's it. That's what we're here for, guys. We're here to support you guys. So whatever you need, we're here.
yep. And things are probably gonna get pretty crazy over the next few months, few weeks, whatever. But guys, just stay tuned. That's pretty much it. So enjoy the rest of your guys' night. We'll talk to you guys Wednesday.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys. Peace.
Peace.